do this. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? What's up, Steam Deck fans? Steam Deck Tribe, Steam Deck Nation, Steam Deck Universe, Steam Deck World, Steam Deck Legion, what's good? Steam Deck Mob, what's happening? Steam Deck Squad, what's up? Steam Deck nerds, geeks, and freaks, and you investigators, what's happening? Alright, we talking about Starfield, right? Bethesda games are on the Steam Deck, right? Okay. Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout. You can play those games on the Steam Deck. Alright. So you think Starfield ain't coming? Give it time. It's going to come down to 7 things. The first 4 is Microsoft, Bethesda, AMD, and Valve. Communication, right? But then it's going to come down to optimization, communication, and testing. Give it time. It'll show up. Guess what the file size is for Starfield? 125 gigs. Installation. And you're like, huh? 1,000 planets and 125 gigs? Should be bigger than that, huh? That's what I was thinking. But listen to this, though. I got this article from Gamers Rant. Then I have another one here that talks about AMD has a bundle with the Ryzen 7000 and Starfield, which is a good move on their part, by the way. But anyway, listen to this. It says here, Starfield file size has been revealed ahead of its widely anticipated end of summer release. The file size for the upcoming Microsoft exclusive Starfield is officially public knowledge. And it says here, whoops, if I can get this here. Okay. It says here, the 125 gig file size for Starfield has officially been disclosed ahead of its quickly approaching launch day. That means after the installation, after the 125 gigs install, there will be another update after that. So yeah, and another one, and another one. So yeah, get your consoles and your handhelds ready for this one. It says here, a sci-fi action RPG with a development history dating back to a decade ago. Starfield is undoubtedly among the highest anticipated video games to drop in 2023. As it is Bethesda's first single-player game since 2015 Fallout 4, and its first original IP to be created in a quarter of a century. It has been promoted heavily with promotional controllers and early access for some players less than a week before release. Details mostly pertaining to gameplay have been dropping for the game left and right, but the latest of which has to do with more technical aspects. And then it says here, as revealed via the official Xbox site, Starfield is set to require 125 gigs of storage space. That just over a fifth of the space available within the smaller, cheaper Xbox Series S. And considering most owners will probably have some other beefy game installed there, it will probably be an even tighter squeeze. It's notably a little bit less room than some other modern AAA video games have demanded. But regardless, it will probably be a good idea for players to archive some software or maybe invest in a 1 to 2 terabyte memory card and expand their storage. And it says here, see if I can get it. It says here, as of today, Starfield is also available to preload early. Another commonality for modern games, given how hotly anticipated the game is, to the point where other software is intentionally being delayed to avoid having to compete with it. Such a gesture can only serve to make the most exciting fans even more desperate. While this does offer the convenience of being able to play the game the moment it launches and get the download process done early, it might create some complication given the aforementioned storage requirement. Storage is not an issue. It says here, regardless of its file size, it doesn't appear that much can be done to reduce the hype for Starfield impending release. It has been marketed to perfection already as DLC planned, and modders even promised to start working their magic before the game even reaches the public. Should the installation requirement wind up being a problem, even for players who's spring for physical disc version on the Series X, there are thankfully a few workarounds in place. And it says Starfield is poised to land on PC and Xbox Series X/S September 6th. Yeah, get ready. Now, for the next one here, that's what we got. Talk about AMD here. 125 gigs file size. It's not an issue. If you got a 2 terabyte, if you upgraded your storage on your Xbox Series S, Series X, and your PC, well, PC got tons of storage. they got expansion cards now where you can put like different SSDs, like 4 to 8 of them on an expansion card. So yeah, PC gamers are spoiled. Now for the portable PCs like the Steam Deck, the ANEO, GPD 1X, Asus, storage is not an issue. They got 2 terabyte SSD, 1 terabyte SD cards to take care of that. So storage is not a big problem here. 125 gigs, that is nothing. That's nothing. I mean, look, Forza Horizon 5 on my Xbox One right now is about 137 gigs. So yeah, that's a big game, man. So it's nothing, man. 125 gigs, it's nothing. Anyway, what's the other one here? It says here Starfield reportedly included for Ryzen 7000 series. Yeah, AMD had to jump on that. They had to. It says here Starfield is the most anticipated game for Xbox and Bethesda Game Studios in several years. The developer has made several promises for the sci-fi RPG fans, are holding that Starfield can live up to anticipation. Says here, in addition, Xbox Series X/S console, the game is also launched on PC. Previously, AMD confirms a partnership with Bethesda. Well, that's my Wii U game studios. Confirming the integration of FSR. And it says here, however, a new banner from Newegg appeared to hint at a bundle promotion for AMD Ryzen 7000 processors. According to the banner, users looking to buy Ryzen 7000 CPUs can be given Starfield for free. Look at you, PC and Xbox fans, always spoiled. But anyway, the promotion includes every processor in the current Ryzen 7000 offering, includes 3D V-Cache chips like Ryzen 7 7800X3D from AMD. It should be noted that AMD or Bethesda Games Studios have not officially announced this promotion. Therefore, it would be best to wait for official confirmation before purchasing a new CPU. It says here Starfield will be heavily dependent on CPU performance to the massive size and scope of universe. Therefore, users with older hardware could use an upgrade to Ryzen 7000 CPUs. AMD has offerings starting from $223, but users with older AMD CPUs must purchase a new AM5 motherboard. The new Ryzen processor also requires DDR5 memory, but all of this should mean that PC gamers will be prepared for interactive AAA games in the future. Well, PC gamers, you know the rules to PC games. You got to step your game up. You got to keep your rigs up to date. Especially when a big game is coming. The moment they announce it, from the time they announce it, then you know it's coming. You should have your PC up to date, up to speed, and be ready to play that game. So, you gotta have an AM5 motherboard. Speaking of AM5, I remember seeing an article on think it was Tweak. I think it was Tweak Town when they were talking about, they were selling like a AM. I think it was an AM5 motherboard for like $100. You know? And that was like months, like 4 months back. So yeah, if you got one of those motherboards, you're in good shape. But if you don't, gotta get one. Starfield, a big AAA game. PC gamers know the rules. They know that they have to upgrade their PCs and keep it up to speed. You know, it's just maintenance. You know, desktop. Gaming. It's all about maintenance, keeping your desktop up to date, so you can keep up with the demands of video games. And Starfield. Oh yeah. When it comes to the Steam Deck. When it comes to the Steam Deck, Asus, Neo 1X GPD, communication between Microsoft, Bethesda, Valve, and AMD. Once they start talking, then it's going to come down to testing, communication, and optimization. And then once those things happen, then Starfield will show up on the on those portable PCs. So be patient, it's coming. So they say later on down the road. Later on down the road might mean like a month after, or maybe like the first month of the year, next year. So be patient. That game is coming. So get your portable PCs ready for that game when it comes out. But 125 gigs. It's no big deals. They got expansion cards now. As a matter of fact, I think it was on Tom's Hardware, where they got this expansion card where you put it in the desktop. It's like it has like 4 slots for SSDs. So yeah, PC gamers are covered, man, when it comes to storage, and solid state drives, all that. Yeah, you're covered. I mean, a good thing about PCs, I mean, you can build it as powerful as you want it. There's no limitation to how powerful you can build your PC. So PC gamers, they know the rules. But other than that, man, Starfield, dude. It's gonna be a big game, man. Bethesda always deliver on their games. You know, if you've been a big fan of Bethesda, if you've been a big fan since day one, and you've been playing their games, you know how the Bethesda is when it comes to their games. They always deliver on their games, man. So, and if a problem come up, they fix it right away. They don't let it linger. You know, so yeah. You know, I mean, you got Starfield, and then you got what's that? Skyrim to deal with. Elder Scrolls Online, of course, Fallout. You know, Elder Scrolls 6 probably won't come out till like 2020. What, 2026, 2020, somewhere around there. So yeah, that game's gonna take some time to develop. You know, it's gonna take some time. You can't rush that game, especially if you're trying to take video games to the next level in gaming, you know. So can't rush that game. So gotta be patient on that. But when it comes to Starfield, September, what's today's date? July the 5th. Yeah, you got another what? Another, what's that? 6. Let's see. So the 5th. Okay, so that's subtract. You got like another what? 63 days before that game gets here. Oh yeah, time to get you an Xbox Series S. You know, or the X or the Series X. If you're not gonna game on the Xbox, then you got PCs to deal with. You know, even Apple gamers can play the game too through the clouds. You know, Starfield. You know, because Apple gamers can play Xbox games through the cloud, so they'll be playing that game too. So yeah, Linux gamers, Windows gamers. Oh yeah, get your PCs up to date, man. Yep. If you don't upgrade, you can't play. So yeah. Other than that, man, 63? What, 63 more days? It will be here. The clock is ticking though. Yeah, Bethesda fans is grinding their teeth trying to get their hands on this game. They've been waiting for years. Yeah, so the hype is real though, that's for sure. Bethesda fans are hardcore, man. So yeah, especially especially the modding community too, because Bethesda gave them the green light, so they're gonna be modding. They got some mods in place already. So yeah, they're waiting, man, and that game is coming. Yeah, Microsoft they snatched up Bethesda for what 7.5 billion. Yeah. They sent they sent shockwave around the video game industry about that deal. You know, and right when that deal happened, you know, there was other deals on the table that Microsoft could have gotten at. You know, including the AT&T when AT&T was selling WB Games, Rocksteady, and NetherRealms for like $5 billion. That deal was on the table. AT&T was doing was cleaning house. You know, they put that deal on the table. It was out there. Microsoft could have snatched that up. Nah, but they saw something bigger. That was Activision Blizzard. So yeah, man. Ever since they hired Phil Spencer, huge turnaround. Even every Xbox One player will tell you they saw the changes within the updates. You know, it was like they had momentum on theirs. They had momentum, like, you know, Microsoft had momentum. Plus, they had this week on Xbox to keep Xbox fans in the loop, to let them know what games they're getting, and Microsoft been like this ever since. You know, even though they say they lost the console war, they really didn't lose. To tell you the truth, that game, once they got that title Game Pass, it was just like, me personally, I realized that Microsoft couldn't be touched after that, because the value that name carries, Game Pass. Once they came up with that title, Microsoft, it was going to be a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Right. Sony right now, they're just mad because they ain't got the title. They just mad. They're just mad that they don't have that title. Game Pass. You know? It used to be okay when you think of video games, you think of Nintendo and PlayStation. But once Microsoft got that title, Game Pass, oh yeah, they are a force to be reckoned with, man. So yeah. But when they purchased Bethesda, Phil Spencer was a man on a mission. They shocked the gaming industry with that. You know, they've been moving ever since, man. So yeah, you know, they haven't looked back since. You know, I'll be the first. I tell you, I had so much fun playing on Xbox One, man, with the games they were having, because the games that they had, it brought life into the video game industry. It really did. The games that the Xbox has, it brought life into the game industry. You know, when I heard Sony fans talking about exclusives, they're just talking nonsense. The games that Microsoft had, that they have, it brought life into the game industry, man. So yeah. But when they snatched up ZeniMax Bethesda, man, yeah, that was big. That was big. That let you know that they were here. They were here to play. So yeah. Starfield. If you played what's that, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, or Morrowind, or Skyrim, if you played Elder Scrolls Online, you know how Bethesda games are. You know, they have always delivered, man. You know, and the fans of Bethesda, when they heard about this game, they knew right away how big the game was going to be. So yeah, September 6th. Oh yeah, time to get you a get you a nice little TV, nice size too, and a Series S. You know, if you can't get the Series X, get the Series S. Get you a nice little TV, some water, some snacks, and get ready for this game, man. It's gonna be big. Yep. they've been working on this game for quite some time, And you know, developers they are a lot of developers that make games that deal with outer space. They're looking forward to this game too, because they want to see what this game has to offer and how can they use this game to keep the game industry growing. Going. You know, so yeah. September 6th, man. They're looking. You know, and they want to see whatever ideas that Starfield brings to the table. The developers are going to look at it like, okay, maybe we can take this and then expand on it, and then create a game out of this, you know, and yeah, and then go on from there. But oh yeah, but, September 6th, man. PC gamers are looking forward to it, man. So yeah. Anyway, latest video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Dark side. Go. Peace.